Hello, my name is Selena. I am 18 years old, and I am doing a book review on All the Little Things. Yeah. So anyways, this book is a best friends to lovers, a brother's best friend, romance. It was a very good book. This book did make me cry. This book was recommended to me by a girl that works at Barnes and Nobles, and she's a really good plug. She recommends me a lot of books, and they have never once failed. Normally I read dark romance. It's been pretty hard to read dark romance lately, so I have been getting a lot of these type of books, like tearjerkers, mystery books, thrillers, like stuff like that. So yeah, so when I do book reviews, I guess it's really not a book review, it's more of an opinion. I do give out spoilers. This video will definitely have spoilers. If that's not something that you're into, you're definitely going to want to click off, because I am a little more in depth on my YouTube videos, but I do also have a TikTok, which is also called Selena's Content, where I just give the bare minimum. Just like my intro, I just tell you basically that it's like a best friends to lover, like, and yeah. So anyways, let's get into it. So this book is about a girl named Kit. Her brother's name is Carter, and the guy's name is Riker, the brother's best friend. And basically, when Kit was, this starts where Kit is 14 years old, and at 14 years old, she realizes that she has a little crush on Riker, and Riker actually catches feelings for Kit because, you know, Kit's older, Kit's more grown up, but Riker always seen Kit as a little sister until this night. Normally Riker talks to Kit about his life issues because his dad is very abusive towards him and his family, and he sees like his dad abuse his mom a lot. You're gonna want to check your trigger warnings. Trigger warnings are about this girl has a heart condition. There's a pretty gruesome scene that is explained. There's abuse in here. So yeah, there is sexual assault in this book. It didn't go as far as sexual assault, but there is assault in this book. So you're definitely going to want to keep all of that in mind when reading this book. But yeah, like I was saying, so he's talking to her about his issues, and he realizes like, yo, Kit is growing up. Like, I think I really like Kit. So he gives her a kiss on the cheek, because normally he gives her like a little Kit Kat, right? And that's where her nickname Kit Kat comes in, right? So she was like, oh, well, I mean, that's okay, but, you know, I prefer my chocolate. And she's not supposed to have Kit Kats because of her heart condition. But yeah, anyway, so fast forward, the next thing we see is she is 16 years old, and Riker is 18 years old. And so Riker goes through Kit Kat's journal and sees that he only looks at the first page and sees that she is in love with Asher Collins, which is this really big douchebag. So he's pretty upset about this. He's thinking in his head like, dang, I wish she would have, you know, been in love with me. He didn't get to go through the whole book. He would have, but Kit came into the room, and so he like ran to the shower so that he wouldn't get caught going through her journal. So yeah, Kit has a crush on Riker and a crush on Asher, and she goes to this party, and you know, does she go to a party? No, okay, that's too far ahead. She goes to, actually, forget it. She's in school, and, you know, Asher doesn't pay her any attention. Basically, something happens with Riker where he slashes some tires at the motel, and he goes to Kit's house, Kit and Carter's house, and like Carter and Kit's dad is like, no, you gotta go, you gotta get out. So Riker moves away to Colorado and doesn't talk to Kit for 2 years, and Kit is pretty hurt about that because she caught feelings for Riker, and aside from that, they were best friends too. So it's kind of like, you went 2 years without talking to me, but you could talk to my brother, you know? So then Riker comes back because Kit went to this party and she decided to talk to Asher, and she's talking to Asher, and her heart condition acts up because she was drinking and she's not supposed to be drinking, and she got overly excited, and so she passes out, and Riker had to take her to the hospital. So Kit gets out of the hospital because she was in a coma for like 3 days. She gets out of the coma, she goes and she's trying to like say thank you to Asher, but Asher is basically being a douchebag, being a jerk, just being like, yeah, you got a heart condition, whatever, being pretty rude about it, like, don't mention it, da da da, I can't believe I had to take you to the, just being rude, right? So she loses feelings for Asher, and Riker's not around, so she's just kind of like, oh dang, okay. So Riker comes back because Carter and his dad need to go out of town, and they don't want to leave Kit alone because of her heart condition. So Kit is very mad at Riker because she's like, yo, dude, you like disappeared. You didn't talk to me for 2 years, and you think you could just come back and everything's going to be okay? You're definitely going to leave again. So anyways, the week begins, and she falls in love with Riker all over again because Riker kisses her, and Riker is like, I've always liked you, I've always had feelings for you, but this is not okay because, I'm your brother's best friend. So she notices how Riker is hanging out with his ex Ava a lot, and she doesn't really like that. So she tries to make Riker jealous by telling Asher, like, I'll go to the school dance with you, because Asher is being all nice to her, all kind to her, saying like, yo, I want to go to the dance with you, da 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 da. And she was just like, fuck, like, no, you know how you treated me, no. But she was just like, okay, I'll go to the dance with you, because she's trying to piss him off, right? Well, anyways, they fall deeper and deeper in love, Kit and Riker. And so she's like, yo, why did you leave? And he's like, okay, so I left because, I slashed my dad's tires because I didn't want him to go home and abuse my mom and my brother. And then basically he came home and he like slapped up my mom, and so I shot him, right? So yeah, he had to leave town for a little bit, and then he decided, you know what, since I told you I feel like we could get through this together, I'm gonna go ahead and stay. Well, they throw a coming home party for Carter, and Riker can't keep his stuff in his pants, so Riker and Kit are in the bathroom getting it on. Carter walks in on them, and Carter loses his mind, like, yo, you're having with my sister, like my little sister, she's supposed to be like a sister to you, like, dude, I trusted you, like, you've been around her for like 15 years, this is insane, right? So Carter beats up Riker pretty bad, and so Riker leaves and doesn't talk to Kit for like 3 days. And then so before all of this, since they fell in love, Kit decided to go and tell Asher, like, yo, I'm not going to dance with you. And 24 hours before the dance, she tells him this. And basically, Asher had made a bet with this girl. I forgot her name. I think her name was Lisa. Made a bet with this girl, Lisa, that he could get her to go to the school dance with him. And so if he didn't get her to do that, then he would go ahead and turn down prom king, right? So he was pretty pissed off about this. So he tried to rape her. He was like, I never wanted to go to the dance with you. You have a heart condition. Like, he was being a pretty crappy person, right? So he tried to sexually assault her, and Riker, like, broke it up. So yeah, saved her before she could get sexually assaulted. Basically he was exposed because he claimed that crown and lost that bet, and Lisa was like, yo, he tried to rape old girl, like, we had this whole bet going on, da da da, right? So she got her get back. But yeah, so then fast forward, Carter is in the car, and he's like, yeah, oh no, Kit is telling Carter how she is in love with Riker. She's been in love with Riker. She really loves Riker. And Carter is coming around and he's like, okay, you really love him? Okay. So, what you call it? So Carter is in his car on the way to, the house, right? So that he can, tell Riker, like, yo, I'm okay with you being with my sister. And he leaves Riker a voicemail because Riker is not answering his phone, right? So Riker is at Kit's and Carter's house. Carter and is at the house, right? And so the dad bursts in and is like, oh no, you got to go. What are you doing here? You have got to go. And then he's like, and then the dad is like, they have a match for you. They have a match for you. You can get a brand new heart. We need to go now. And Kit's like, I don't want that heart. I don't want that heart. I'm scared. And so basically the dad lets Riker talk her into going to the hospital to get the heart, right? Here's where the whole plot twist comes in. So they get to the hospital and they're trying to call Riker and Carter, and Kit's dad is trying to call Carter to let him know the good news, right? Come to find out, the reason that she has a match and the reason she is getting a heart transplant is because that heart is her brother, because her brother had gotten into a car accident. I cried and cried and cried. Oh my God, I was so emotional. And they did not tell Kat. They did not tell Kate. They kept that from her for a while until the heart transplant, until she got better. And, you know, Carter left a voicemail to Riker, and he was just like, I'm happy you're with my sister. Like, I know you won't hurt her. Like, you know, like, just being very supportive of the relationship and saying, like, bro, I can't wait to see you so I can tell you this in person. Like, yo, we're going to be brother-in-laws, you know? And it's just like, oh my God, it's so emotional. And then in the epilogue, like, Kit and Riker are having a baby, and it's a baby boy, and so they're gonna name the baby boy after Carter. It was a beautiful book. It was an emotional book. It was the best book that I have ever read. It was a pretty good book. Next up, I'm gonna be reading Birthday Girl. I'm excited for this. I've heard that this is a very good book. I've heard that Penelope Douglas is a pretty good author. I think I have read a Penelope Douglas book, but yeah. Jesus. That was embarrassing. But yeah, Birthday Girl, that will be the next book I read, so I'm very excited for that. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.